Exactly.
No,
and her
I
friends,
would never
yes.
judge a man if he got assaulted.
If he got assaulted, came back crying to you.
No,
Oh my God.
how is that?
You would never judge him. You would.
What? First of all, you never want to go down this path when debating. Never try to debate somebody about what they would or wouldn't feel.
I'm
Wait,
No, that's transphobic as you for that.
Doing her best, Kiko.
Wait.
This video is called Bangs Rage Quits Over Trans. So the title alone sounds kind of like a preschooler wrote it. I'm curious. Let's go.
Anyways, there's a lot of violence against women.
Am I being extra?
There's a lot of
Is there
violence
not a lot of violence
against men.
against men?
More violence against women.
No, there
lot
isn't.
of violence.
Yes,
No,
there
No,
is.
there isn't.
Domestic
Statistically
violence. Do you
speaking,
know how many
men
women
are
have
way
died?
more likely to
They're
be
just
shot,
not
to be
speaking
stabbed,
up.
To commit
to be
suicide
assaulted.
and-
You know what women are more likely to be?
When she says that women are victims more often, that's just not true. Men are absolutely victimized by violent crime more often than women on a statistical average. Women, however, are at a much higher risk for rape.
They're more likely to be SA'd and they're more likely to be stalked, and they're only more likely to be SA'd if you don't count the prison population, okay? Statistically.
You can't compare a prison population to general society. People have different expectations when operating in general society as opposed to inside of a prison.
So there are some things where women are more likely to be victims
Men do
than
not speak up about those things because then it makes them feel weak.
And
Because
then
they
who's
try to
causing
suppress
that?
their emotions.
It's other men
Yes.
that are making other men feel like they can't
It's other
speak
men?
up.
That's
Yes,
is that what you
it
said?
is.
Are
It's
they?
toxic masculinity.
No such
Why
thing.
don't men
No such thing.
why
Disavow.
don't men why don't men want
Oh man, their reaction to the toxic masculinity is just what I would expect. Also because this girl does a very bad job explaining, unfortunately. I feel like a lot of people say toxic masculinity as a buzzword. I feel like if someone were to ask this girl, what is toxic masculinity? It's basically just like, anytime a man does something that I think is bad, usually they don't tend to have very good understanding of what that term actually means. These guys right here, if I were able to talk to them, I could convince them in 2 seconds that toxic masculinity exists. All you need to do is ask them 2 or 3 questions. 1, are there certain expectations societally created when it comes to what it means to be masculine? Does society create expectations that is placed on masculinity? If the answer is yes, okay. Are there any expectations that are placed on men in regards to masculinity that could be harmful to that man? Like maybe, I don't know, suppressing emotions. Maybe if you even want to say like, well, guys aren't really taught that anymore. Okay, fine. Maybe a lot of guys aren't taught that, but some guys are. So for the guys that are taught that, do you think that that's probably a bad expectation to have on men? Yes? Okay, great. You've acknowledged toxic masculinity. Thank you. That's it. That's all there is to it, okay? Certain expectations exist surrounding what it means to be masculine, and some of those expectations actually are toxic to the man and his own well-being. These guys believe in toxic masculinity to a degree also, because they talk about the struggles that men face all the fucking time.
want to speak up because they're afraid of getting judged by other men.
My mom
No,
used
they're
to beat
not.
me.
Yes, they
they're
are.
not.
Yes, they are.
They're afraid of being judged by women.
Exactly.
No,
And her
I would
friends,
never
yes.
judge a man if he got assaulted.
If he got assaulted, came back crying to you.
No,
Oh my God.
how is that?
You would never judge
Okay,
him. You would.
What? First of all, you never want to go down this path when debating. Never try to debate somebody about what they would or wouldn't feel. Never try to convince this girl that, no, you wouldn't judge that guy. Yeah, you would be judgmental. You don't know what's going on in someone's head. This guy, though, is seemingly trying to get a rise out of this girl, it seems, because he's just like denying what she's saying. I mean, if she says, no, I wouldn't be judgmental, and you're like, yeah, you would, then, okay, what, are we back on fucking kindergarten on the playground?
I wouldn't judge him. I've been in that position. I've been in that position where I've been assaulted.
I'm so sorry.
I've been in that position. Why would I ever go and turn the tables and be like, you're whatever, you're worthless, you deserve that? Why would I ever do that? I'd be there. I'm a good person.
No.
And for you to make that assumption is fucking terrible.
This is the thing where she's
You
Do
would
not
you
make
deserve
that
it.
assumption.
No, again.
about-
So again, I get that she would be upset. She's kind of getting gaslit right now. I mean, this guy is just about her own experience and her own mind. Well, I feel bad for her mostly because she's being put in a really tough spot where she's with somebody who's clearly very adversarial. This guy's interest is not to have a honest or good faith conversation. He seems much more interested in just mining her rage for good clips and shit like that. And the reason I feel bad for her is because she just doesn't know how to navigate that.
Remember my thing earlier about how women are depending on my own
have
benevolence to
something
ignore the point?
very
This is
important
what
to say
they
about
do.
that.
Okay? This is what they do.
No, how dare you make that assumption
This is what they do.
about me?
How dare you?
No.
You deserve a lot more.
Wait.
I'm so sorry that happened.
But wait a
to you.
second. What are you?
I'm so sorry.
But
Genuinely,
what are
I'm
you
so sorry.
assuming? You're assuming that I don't care. That I'm saying you don't care about that person?
No, you just
I'm
said-
saying
You're wrong.
you would be
Point out.
unattracted to him as a man.
No.
You would be judging. No, I wouldn't. You wouldn't be attracted to him. I wonder if he's actually intentionally gaslighting her and trying to intentionally be like manipulative and confusing like that, or if that's actually the way he generally handles confrontational conversations. If it's the way he generally handles these kinds of things, then he probably has abusive tendencies underlying. Also, yeah, they've done multiple different surveys with different women and whatnot, and most women say that a man who is able to express his emotions and be in touch with his feelings and whatnot is the most attractive or ideal kind of man in their minds. So this notion that like if you get emotional sometimes in front of a girl that she's instantly going to be turned off by you and be disgusted, it's literally just red pill bullshit. It's red pill manosphere cringe that reinforces toxic masculinity. Yeah, that's what it does, unfortunately. Now, again, I say this every time we have this conversation. There obviously is a middle ground there. If you're bawling your eyes out every second, all day about everything, then you might need to work on emotional regulation or emotional control. And in that case, that might get a little bit unattractive or frustrating to deal with. But then again, and a lot of these people don't know this too, that they've done scientific studies where they found that when women cry, specifically when women cry, certain pheromones are released that turn men off.
Basically.
I would never. I would never.
Excuse me, you're interrupting a woman, you sexist.
Hold on. Okay, so
Woman is speaking.
she's saying it's basically
Dude, go fucking eat popcorn and shut the fuck up, okay? You're just here to facilitate this. You don't add anything.
women are getting more abused than men. My mother used to beat me every day until I was removed from the home. So women do cause a lot of assault. They really do.
They do.
And blaming it straight on men, saying that women have no rights, well, then why did my mom do that?
Do you know which children are most likely to be abused? Single mother children.
She wasn't a single mom. My dad
Yeah.
just had PTSD and she
But
didn't
my
know how to
point
control
being-
it.
I remember looking this up last time. We talked about why single mothers tend to commit more abuse. And a lot of it just came down to socioeconomic situations, that usually when you have a single mother, you are also in a position that's really tough with finances, and that stress oftentimes can manifest itself in ways that are very harmful to your child. Now, this doesn't mean it's an excuse. This doesn't mean that, oh, you were stressed out and money's tight, so it's okay that you beat the fuck out of your kid. No, of course not. However, understanding an explanation, trying to empathize with why this is happening is the best way forward when it comes to trying to assess how we can try and improve this issue.
Single motherhood child abuse happens at a higher rate than two-family households, and
I'm the seventh kid.
and single father households.
I'm
It's
the
where
seventh
most of the
kid.
child abuse
We
occurs.
don't actually know about the single father households, because if this guy had done his research, he would have known that there are not even enough single fathers right now for them to adequately collect data on whether or not abuse rates are higher or lower, in fact.
Yeah, but just saying that, pushing all these problems onto men, that's actually what's wrong with society.
Yeah.
I think everything is an equal thing. Everything should be completely equal. We have every single right that a man does, and logistically, we are getting paid like 49 cents more than men in every single job. Actually, like office jobs, we are getting paid more than men. We have so many rights because we fought for.
What? Huh? What? I have no idea. One, I have no idea what she's talking about or where she would have found that out. Two, I don't think that's true because that's not how a hiring process works. Three, there's no way that's the case for every single job. And last but not least, even if it's true that in certain office jobs, women are paid on average more than the men, could very well be because of college education. Right now, women are graduating college at way higher rates than men. So if they're being paid more in the same job with a college education compared to the person that doesn't have the college education, that isn't actually that surprising.
For so long, they really are. Like, and I don't want to say that.
I don't think that there's a wage gap, but I don't know.
We have the spreadsheet.
There
Ryan.
is.
Oh, is it really?
We have the
No,
spreadsheet
no.
on the phone.
Oh, I could-
No,
okay.
ready for this?
That's true. That's
I
true.
shouldn't
This is a real.
Ready for this, guys? He's gonna drop a truth bomb on us. Are you ready to have your ass Hiroshima'd?
Really good stat. We talked about this at dinner.
Okay, so the actual wage gap in I believe it's North America. It's either North America or the United States. As of 2020, is 17 cents. Women make 83 cents to that of men. That's all men and women.
Mm-hmm.
If you look specifically at men and women under the age of 30 who
Here we
work,
go. It's going to be that men work more hours, or men had more education, or that men asked for raises more. He's going to go somewhere this way. There's still a response, though. Let's watch.
who work full-time jobs, it's 93 cents. And in most of the major metro areas where women are complaining the loudest about the wage
Which
gap,
are predominantly
It's high.
liberal.
they outgain
Yes.
men. Okay, in New York, women, I believe, make 101%.
They're complaining
of what
about
men
working
make.
12-hour shifts. That is insane.
But my point is, the wage gap. But when we
Okay, that went a different direction than I thought. Then okay, he went to an even dumber argument than I was expecting. Wow.
say the wage gap is a myth, that whole thing. First of all, there's a reason the wage gap exists, and there's also a reason why it gets higher the older you get, because women decide to do things like take leave to take care of children. You can't take 3-4 years off from work, come back and be like, I can't believe the guy.
Because maternity leave lasts for 4 years? Who's leaving their job for 4 years before coming back?
They have the same degree of equality as men do. They have access to everything that men do. Everything that you say about what men think about women or what hiring managers think about women is what you think they think. Is completely unfalsifiable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you acknowledge that what people think is unfalsifiable, someone should have jumped down his throat immediately there and been like, then why the fuck did you just try and tell this girl that she definitely would have been judgmental or not? Like, what are you talking about? You just said that it's unfalsifiable if it's in somebody's mind. But literally 5 minutes ago, you were trying to gaslight this girl about what was in her mind. Sometimes, you know, I am actually shocked that we seem to be living amongst missing links everywhere. Also, what he said there is actually incorrect. So this is why these studies are so valuable. They've done studies, for example, where they had different tests where they had different people come in, and they found, based on these results, that when women were applying for the job and had children also, they were offered significantly less starting salary by, I think, like $12,000 compared to men who have kids. So there's no single mom necessarily thing here. It's not necessarily like, oh, you're not going to be able to take care of the kid, or you're going to be so busy with the kids, you're not going to be able to do as much for the job kind of thing. No. That's not what it was. It was simply that when women showed up to apply for the job and they had kids, they were offered less. When a man showed up who had kids and applied for the job, he was offered more. He was offered more than a man without kids was offered. Do you think that's a little bit of a strange double standard to have? I mean, if we're talking about this, then both parents could be equally as busy as possible, they could both be equally busy on the side with taking care of kids as well. If you're going to say that that's not a big problem, then you're just in denial. So it's really important to bring that up too, because these guys will go to this very quickly about how, hey, well, you know, women have all the equal rights and everything, blah, 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 blah. Okay. They do. You're right. Women have equal rights under the law as men. They do. Societal attitudes now are oftentimes what is being focused on. Now, last but not least, I will also add, it's also far more difficult to pinpoint these societal attitudes and to understand how to articulate it. Hence why the modern feminism has really become such a mess in many, many ways.
It's feminism. I don't like saying that's a bad topic. I mean, if you're a feminist, you're a feminist. You just obviously don't realize how much far we've gotten in America.
That's a stupid story.
Or how they
Whoa.
they frame feminism
You're talking
now.
to a woman right here, okay? Can you stop being sexist,
What if
please?
I'm not a woman?
Huh?
What if I have a penis right now?
Then literally you just
I
I would ask you to get therapy, because all of that in between is fine, but when
don't,
you're
but if
when
I
you're
did, that'd be
when
pretty
you
crazy.
are biologically born with
Wait, so we're just going off on trans things now? I guess is this why Bangs is going to rage quit over trans?
between is fine, but when
don't,
you're
but if
when
I
you're
did, that'd be
when
pretty
you
crazy.
are biologically born with a vagina, you're a girl, and when you're born with a penis,
I'm out of here.
you're a
I'm
male.
gonna sit by here.
Come on, you can go. Bangs! Bangs! No! You can do it. You can fight these transphobes. Come on. Just be like, wait a minute. How do you know someone's a woman before you've seen their vagina? Oh, well, I guess I don't. Oh, okay, wait. So if you don't know, then you go based on something else to determine that. What is that other thing that you go based on? Is it presentation, an attitude maybe, behavior? Maybe? Oh, okay, wait. So if that's the case, then there's a social element to what it means to be a man and a woman.
I'm not gonna sit by here. I'm not gonna sit by here.
Wait,
No, that's fucking transphobic as fuck.
Wait, what?
Fuck you for that.
Doing her best
Wait,
Kiko.
wait. Come on. Wait, what? All right, that was our first bangs walk off. I wasn't really like super tuned in.
Dude,
No,
the
it's 'cause
moment
really-
that
You told us not.
We can tell you aren't super tuned in, dude. You're probably sitting here fucking tripping on an edible, eating your popcorn.
There's just I'm not this way, but I respect people that are this way. They just believe in things really strongly and get emotional and upset. And I think that she probably just, the worst words about trans. I was
It's like-
trolling, but
I am so completely and utterly repulsed by the way that you live your life.
That's so hot.
Did I storm off
That's
the
a bit
set?
mean.
No, but
That's
did I
so
did,
hot.
did I storm off the set?
are you like trying to make me horny right now?
No, but I
She likes
bet
to be
it's working.
degraded. Be
right.
careful.
Yeah.
Be careful. She's been soaking for
This
you.
seat is getting kind of
Yikes.
slippery.
Okay, good to know. We're gonna have to disinfect that.
Damn. This guy finally understands what I experience every time I have a conversation with a woman.
happened while I was gone.
Were you not at the table?
No, I was in the
dude,
bathroom.
You're always gone.
I said I was like, what if I'm trans? I'm sorry. I was gonna explain to her, but
Madison, you're always gone when the shit goes
I
down.
know.
It was
What
Rage
the
Quit
hell?
Kiko.
No,
all
I
over
made a
again.
joke. I was like, what if I have a dick right now? And
Wait,
she was like, I
hold
would be
on.
repulsed by that, and that pissed her off. 'cause
Wait,
she was like,
that was it?
No,
That's what she
no.
got upset about?
No, because she was like,
She
No,
defined what a man and a woman
I said
are.
if you are biologically born with a vagina, you are a female, and if you're
You didn't say that. You said woman. See, that's your big problem right there, is you clearly don't know that there's a distinction and a difference. And so when you say something like that, well, it reveals your ignorance.
born with a penis, you're a male.
That's it?
Right?
And,
Yeah.
That's what got her?
happened.
you're being so transphobic.
You don't get to decide.
I
Look.
feel like
You know,
it was a
like-
lot of things. I feel
Well,
like
we
she was
can't-
already like raging a little bit before from
Look.
like
The
what
feminism
you
thing.
said. It was the
and
topic of
She
essay.
with her.
was
Wait, can
getting
I ask
absolute.
what's
It
the
was
hat? I've watched
escalating.
these. I'm like,
Okay,
what is
let's,
it? What's the?
let's not derail the conversation here.
Look,
No.
she was getting absolutely
Tell you later.
obliterated every single time she brought up a point about feminism. It got debunked
By
in
a
a
woman.
sentence
You
or
can't-
less
you can't put
by
her down
both
too
men
much when she's not in
and
the room,
women.
though. That's not
So she was
cool.
pissed off that she had nothing
But she's
to
not in
back
the
up
room right now. You
to
can't-
back
you
up her
can't go too
beliefs. She
heavy.
had nothing, and she stormed off because she was looking for an excuse of something to get pissed off about, which was
No, that's
not
not
just
cool. You
I'm
can't-
getting
you
completely
can't talk shit when
owned on
someone's not in the
every
room.
single
That's a
subject.
pussy move.
Okay. That actually derailed so quick. That clip probably could have only been like 6 minutes, to be honest. That whole other like part afterwards was kind of unnecessary. Wow. I mean, of course, I always feel, it always kind of sucks to see people who hold the same beliefs as you not do so good in debates. But on the flip side, I don't really fault the girl for wanting to leave. It's just, unfortunately, there is no way that you're going to be able to get up and storm out of a debate and look like the winner or look good. But I don't think she's interested in that. I don't think she cares about that. And I don't think she necessarily should even care about that. It's just that if you are going to go on a podcast with confrontational and controversial people, you need to be able to stand your ground there.